Earlier this morning, as I was doing some technical analysis in our community, I recognized something in the crypto market that was rather concerning to me, at least for the short term. And so I decided, you know what, although it's not very bullish and it is something that may cause a little bit of uncertainty, at the end of the day, I believe it is my job, it is my duty, one would say, to share it with you because that's the whole goal here on the channel, to tell you what I'm seeing in this market and what I'm doing as a result of it. And so in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw earlier, what I think it means for the market, or what at least it could mean for the market, and then what I'm doing as a result of it. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into today's video. Now, over the last week or so, you guys know that we have been tracking Bitcoin's breakout of this ascending channel. While we were of course seeing Bitcoin's price breaking and climbing towards the upside, things were looking pretty good up until this point. As we started to see Bitcoin's price hit the top side of the channel right here with these wicks, I made a video for you all about 7 days ago. I can probably find it here. It was about 7 days ago right here that said I am probably done trading crypto for the rest of 2024. Here's why. And my primary reasoning was just simply due to the fact that as we were seeing Bitcoin's price hit the top side of that channel, we were seeing bulls stepping in and getting extremely greedy and opening up leveraged long trades on 100x and 50x leverage, which made no sense to me. We were at the top side of a channel that has a 90% chance of breaking to the downside. Why would they be doing that here? It doesn't make any sense. And so as a result of that, I closed down all of my short-term and mid-term trades, and well, we saw the market start to pull back. Well, as the market started to pull back, it came down to its very first major point of support right here at the $92,000 level before actually seeing a bit of recovery earlier this week. Everyone called it the Santa Claus rally, and of course things were looking pretty damn good. But the problem that we had is that as its price did, or Bitcoin's price did start to push up towards $99,600, I started to notice the same warning signs that we saw back here. That's the reason why just yesterday's video I told you again, crypto warning, I really don't like what I'm seeing in the short term. And that was simply because we were seeing a whole bunch of greedy bulls stepping in and doing 100x and 50x leverage purchases or long trades right below a key point of resistance, just like we did right here. And as a result of that, again, like, all right, no more short-term trades, no more mid-term trades. I'm not doing anything because I don't like how this looks. And well, here we are today. And so now that we have seen this playing out, and as we have started to see this market move, something that I was a little bit questionable about, like watching a little bit but not really paying much attention to, does seem to be coming to fruition a bit here with this charts. Now that this price has pulled back, and now that we have gotten this pullback, something rather concerning is happening, especially once I get rid of all the drawings and I just show you what we're seeing from a structural perspective. And so with that said, now that you know of course kind of how we got here and what we're looking up to right now, or what we've been up to right now, I guess, let's take a look at what of course is going on now and what is of course concerning me. So if we do go ahead and we just remove all drawings, let's just remove all drawings. What I want you to do is I want you to see if you recognize any structure in here. Do you recognize any pattern, anything that could be a bit of a cause of concern? Because at first I didn't. I thought, okay, well, this is a rather weird little consolidationary channel. Something weird's going on. You know, we had this high right here, then we had this high right here, and we had a breakout above that high right there. But oddly enough, we came down and we valleyed in the same place. And then that's when it hit me. When you draw in your valleys and your highs, if you get the pentagon shape, right, the 5 sides, it is an early signal that you may be looking at what many people call the dreaded head and shoulders pattern. Now, the reason it kind of not deceived also, I don't know what the word is, maybe disguised itself, I can't figure that word out, and the reason I didn't see it, at least, right, was because we did see this top over here and it was so leaning. But I'd oftentimes tend to forget that that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the head itself, the symmetry doesn't matter. The top could have been back here. Ooh, not like that. The top could have been back here, it could have been here, it could have been here. It doesn't matter. You just draw it up the middle wherever that high is, and then you can start to see how this is playing out. We had the left shoulder, we came back down to the $91,000 level. We have the head, we came back towards the $91,000 level, and then of course now you can see we put in that right shoulder just yesterday at that same exact high that we put in the left shoulder. And although this doesn't guarantee that a pullback is coming, this is a sketchy pattern. This is a pattern that you need to watch closely because it can imply that bigger pullbacks are coming. So let me talk a little bit about exactly what you need to be on the lookout for right now and give you my further thoughts on why this could get a little bit ugly if this all does play out in the worst possible manner. Now, before we do that, of course, I will let you know, if you do want to start trading some crypto today, whether it's shorting, whether it's longing, whatever it may be, you can start trading over on BTCC on all the way up to 500x leverage. You guys know I'm not leverage trading right now, but I will be again in the future. So if you do want to check them out and sign up today with my affiliate link, you can get a 10% bonus on all first time deposits between $500 and $100,000 with that link below. Guys, this means that if you deposit $3,000, they're going to give you a free $300 to start trading with, and whatever profit you make from that $300 is yours to keep, no strings attached. You can withdraw it, reinvest it, do whatever you want with it. So feel free to go check that out. It is an opportunity to make free gains during what's left of the bull market. So I think that is something worth checking out. They've been around for 13 years. They're improving every single day. So let me know your thoughts on that down below. Now, back to, of course, this head and shoulders pattern. Now, the question you may have at this given point is, well, should we be really concerned? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. In the short term, the answer is yes. But there are some caveats to that. Okay, let me give you a few of the caveats. Well, first, let me tell you at least why you should be. I at least am a little concerned about this, but then I'll tell you the caveats after. So first and foremost, why am I concerned? Because we are at the top of a move. When you're at the top of a macro move and you put in a head and shoulders pattern, that is the scenario where it is the most likely to play out. This is when it is the most likely to play out and actually start pushing towards the downside. Now, not only that, one other thing that I did recognize is that if we actually go ahead and take the breakdown target from this head and shoulders pattern, which is quite simply just equidistant from the head to the neckline, then you apply that under the head. What you can see is this gives us a breakout target towards $76,000. Now, you may recognize that. You may say, wait, $76,000? Why is that so familiar? It's because this is the zone right above where we put this previous point of macro resistance. You guys know we broke above this big resistance zone right here and we never came back down to retest it. We never flipped the zone of resistance into some support. And anytime you have a breakout target that puts you in position for a back test, you need to assume that this might be the macro back test. This might be an instance in which the crypto market comes back down to build that support on top of that resistance, then use that resistance to create the support and then push towards the upside, right? And so in a moment like this, when I see a breakdown target aligning almost exactly with the previous high, it's like, ooh, like that's something to be a little bit, not concerned about, but at least pay at least a little bit of attention to. Not only that though, if we do go ahead and we draw on our Fibonacci's, you got to remember, now that we have seen this, if we see this crypto market, Bitcoin specifically, lose $94,000 and we get daily closes below it, it does open up the doors to $86,000 to $80,000. So who's to say it can't go $3,000 or $4,000 lower and correct back towards the downside? And so when I combine all of these things together, another thing I actually want you to see really quickly is what we're seeing here. All of the, again, just listing some of the reasons why there is a cause for concern. Look where our 20 simple moving average is. Our 20 simple moving average on the weekly charts is currently sitting right around $76,000, meaning that if we do start pulling back, that is where we normally head back to. And you can see we do this all the time. It's not like this is just a rare occasion. Look what happened right there and right there and right there. You can look back into the last bull market, guys. Look at this, right? Like, we've had so many instances where we come back to or right around that 20 simple moving average. You can't discount this and say that it won't happen or it can't happen, because it very possibly could happen. And so because all of those things, yes, I think there is a valid enough means to be concerned in the short term. But as I mentioned before, there are caveats. Let me list them out for you. Caveat number one, this is an asymmetrical head and shoulders. I know statistically you're not supposed to consider that, but I do think there is some importance there. I feel like some people won't recognize this head and shoulders pattern. Some retail investors won't bet with this head and shoulders pattern, and this won't be some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy as a result of the asymmetry, as many traders, I don't think, will recognize what is playing out here. Another thing that I am paying attention to is the fact that we are in a no trade zone. You remember when I told you back in that video again from a couple days ago, I said I'm not trading? It's because we're in a no trade zone. This is a period of high, I'm talking stupidly high manipulation. And so knowing that, you never know what this market can do. You can't be too sure. You can never be too sure. There will be moments where every single thing points that the crypto market will go down, and you know what it will do? It will go up, because we're in a bull market at the end of the day. And in the grand scheme of things, bull markets go up. And so you can never, in my opinion, bet too heavily against the macro trend, which is an upward move. Therefore, although yes, I do feel a little bit of concern, I'm also very aware that sometimes during bull markets, this just doesn't play out and it just won't go down there. And that's just the case. Now, another caveat that I do have is that Bitcoin is actually doing a decent job right now. If we do look at our swing low to swing high, we're talking about this swing low all the way up to this swing high that we put in, we've seen Bitcoin do a very good job at holding some support. it's done a decent job at keeping daily closes on top of this golden zone. And although it's struggling today, it shows that the bulls have been willing to step in recently, which could imply that at least they will step in as often as they possibly can to try to stop Bitcoin's price from doing this. And so with that in mind, although it does, there is a risk here, right? There is a risk that this market does pull towards the downside. There are some things that say that just might not happen, but it's at least worth watching. Now, as a result of this, okay, what you need to be watching out for is extremely closely the $91,000 level. This is now the determining zone. If we see Bitcoin's price break below the $91,000 level on a daily close, meaning it starts getting daily candles closing below 91K, the door to $76,000 opens. Does it go to 76K? I don't know. But does the door open towards it? Yes, absolutely. And it's at least worth knowing that we might see the market pull back that low. There are some things that imply that that could be very possible just from the shifts of momentum, the ascending channel being broken, right? The ABC correction to the downside. There are so many things that imply that that could happen. And all of that will start to come more towards fruition if we do see $91,000 lost. So that's what you need to watch very carefully. Now, personally speaking, this hasn't impacted my long-term bullish conviction, although I am aware that there may be some sort of more macro pullback and we might go towards 76K. I'm not letting it scare me. I'm not letting it shake me out my positions. I'm not shorting, that's for damn sure, and I'm also not going to be selling anything. At worst, if this market does start pulling back, some of my current positions will go in a little bit in the red. My long-term positions will just go down a little bit, but they're still very much so in the green, and I'll actually start doing some buying. Matter of fact, I'm already doing some buying at this given point, even though I think there is a chance we continue lower, because I just simply buy on red days. Even though this red day could get worse and we may go lower, I'm still willing to buy here, and I'm still willing to buy there and there. And you know what? I'm even willing to show you what I purchased today. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin at $95,000, ETH at 3,300. I bought Solana, Sweet, XLM, HBAR, Pepe, XRP, ADA, CAS, and Render. I bought all of these. And I said to the school, I said none of these were big purchases at all due to the fact that there are still liquidations in the market for Bitcoin around 90K. And the altcoin market may easily move into the green box. Don't worry about that. But with that in mind, though, I still want to lock in some solid red day buys because I just like purchasing during red days. It just is what it is. And if it goes down, it goes down. I don't care because I believe we're in a bull market and I believe this is a natural correction. I believe this would be a healthy pullback. Do I know for sure that this head and shoulders pattern is going to play out? No. But is it at least worth noting and noticing and paying attention to the fact that this is happening? Oh, absolutely. And so it's just a balance. Being aware of the risks, being aware of the threats, but still being able to zoom out and focus on your long-term strategy. And my long-term strategy is buying when people are worried and selling when they're excited. And that's what I will continue to do. I will also let you know, don't worry, I will tell you a little bit more about the school in a little while if you want to check it out, see my buys, stuff like that. Now, overall, what am I doing going forward? Probably not too much, right? Probably not too much. I will continue to do purchases if we ever have days like this, right? When I can see Bitcoin down friggin' 3, 4, 5% in a one-day candle, yeah, I'll be doing some buying in that. But outside of that, I'm not going leverage on long trades. I by no means am making very big dollar cost average buys. I am by no means betting against the market in the sense that I'm not selling, I'm not shorting, I'm not really doing much. Quite frankly, guys, all I'm doing right now is small dollar cost averages on Bitcoin and on the altcoin market until I see something more clear, until I can see something more defined, until I can see what is going to come as a result of this head and shoulders pattern. I'm just not doing much. And so my goal with this video, again, isn't to raise worry. I don't want to make you scared. More, I actually want to show you, like, listen, although there is the threat that this may push the market down and Bitcoin might pull towards 76,000, I'm still buying because in the long term, I am still confident. I still do believe there will be gains to be had, and I do believe buying on red days is still a good idea. And so I hope this can kind of help you not only in your own strategy, but in your more psychology of things, just thinking, okay, I can't get too shaken by these things because even in a moment where something big is risking that, you know, putting us at risk of a big pullback, there is still the possibility of gains. And at the end of the day, there are manipulations that will happen that may cause us to never go that low anyway. And so that's what I'm seeing. Again, I don't particularly like making videos like these, if I'm going to be super honest with you, because I'd rather be bullish. I'm very bullish on the long term of crypto, and I'd love to just talk about that all the time, but quite frankly, guys, I can't just talk about how bullish I am in the long term. You guys want to know what's happening right now, and I have to keep you updated on what's happening right now, and this is what I am seeing right now, so that's what I'm sharing with you right now. So that is something that is on the table. That is something I'm paying attention to. Hopefully it doesn't come to fruition, but if it does, at the end of the day, it's another beautiful opportunity to buy as much crypto as humanly possible during a major, more macro pullback, and hopefully, of course, we do start to see that result in some gains going into the future. So, of course, I'll continue to update you as all does play out, but you you very much so need to watch $91,500. Your homework for the night is to draw in the horizontal line here at 91,500 and drop your price label on it and watch it very closely, because again, that is really going to determine what the future of Bitcoin looks like from a technical perspective for quite a while. Now, as I did mention earlier, as I do post a lot of my buys and sells and thoughts about stuff over in my Patreon community. It's called Tyler Hill's Crypto Vault. We're basically creating a crypto school. And if you are somebody who's interested in this, look guys, we have a very simple mission. We take crypto investors, we give them courses, coaching, classes, live streams, workshops, trade signals from professional traders, research, and much more. And from all of that value, our community members take that value and use it to create strategies. And those strategies are what they use to generate gains. And I'm not just making this up, guys. You can see for yourself. We go to Community Gainers. There are tens of thousands of dollars being generated in this community every single day. Hundreds of percentages from hundreds of community members every day. We saw one of our coaches bring in a $17,000 gain. And I could just endlessly scroll this and you would not stop seeing gains. And that's because of the freaking easy, simple steps we have here. Again, give people value, create strategies, use the strategies to make gains. So if that aligns with what you're trying to do, if you're a crypto investor who's just trying to get better at this whole thing, feel free to check out the Tyler Hill Crypto Vault down below. And the coolest part about it is, guys, is that one, if we're not able to help you out and you're not able to learn anything, we'll just give you your money back, no problem. The second thing is you can join for as little as $5 a month starting today. It's $5 a month for general membership, $17 a month for a premium membership, and the executive tier is currently sold out, but more slots will open up soon. So if that interests you, and if you are again somebody who just wants to get better at this whole crypto thing, that will be available for you down below. Feel free to go check that out. But until then, guys, as I mentioned before, we will be here every single day, updating you on what's going on in this crypto market, letting you know what we're seeing and what our plans are and what I'm doing as a result of it. So if you have been enjoying, don't forget to smash that like button. Even though today's video wasn't super bullish, just smash that like button, because the best thing you can do in this market is stay realistic and stay neutral, because that's how you consistently win. So feel free to smash that like button. Again, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Drop a comment, because we reply to every single comment down below, and we can't wait to chat with you all in the next one and down below. Peace out, everybody.